It often feels as if life is simply a chain of random events. We walk down the street, meet someone who unexpectedly changes our entire direction, lose a job, and through fear and pain discover a new calling. Challenges appear seemingly out of nowhere and force us to question our values and priorities. Yet Buddhist wisdom reminds us of something profound. Nothing happens by accident. Every encounter, every loss, every moment carries its own meaning. Sometimes that meaning stays hidden for a while, but it is always there. Before we dive deeper into this topic, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment if you want to support the growth of this space. Your engagement truly helps. Many of us look at life and see only chaos, events tangled together without logic. But if we slow down and observe carefully, a subtle order begins to reveal itself. Every situation arrives not randomly, but with a lesson. Buddhist masters say the world functions as a mirror reflecting our inner state. What we perceive outside often arises from what we hold inside. When this becomes clear, we stop feeling powerless in the face of circumstances. Life becomes a teacher, not an enemy. Even the most difficult experiences can mark the beginning of inner awakening. Whenever we face loss or hardship, a simple question can shift everything. What is this trying to teach me? Not, why did this happen, but what for? This shift opens a completely new way of understanding our experiences. Imagine for a moment that nothing in your life has ever been a mistake. Imagine that every person who has crossed your path arrived with a purpose. Someone to teach you forgiveness, someone to show you your strength, someone to awaken hidden qualities. Some stay briefly, others remain for years, but no one appears without meaning. Even when relationships end, they leave traces that help us grow. Buddhist philosophy encourages us to look beyond the surface. Instead of reacting impulsively, it invites us to observe. When we begin viewing life as a continuous flow of meanings, the heaviness of meaninglessness dissolves. We stop blaming fate, people, or circumstances and start noticing connections that were always there but never seen. In that moment, a quiet inner calm emerges. Every event becomes an opportunity to understand, to forgive, to let go, to transform. When we stop fighting what is, clarity rises. We loosen our grip on resistance and discover the first glimpse of inner freedom. Seeing meaning in everything does not make life easier. It makes our relationship with life gentler. The challenges remain, the joys remain, but our perception shifts. Chaos begins to reveal its hidden order, and every situation becomes a messenger rather than an enemy. This is the essence of Buddhist practice, discovering a chance for awakening in every moment. Buddha taught that suffering arises from our attachment to expectations, our insistence that life unfold according to our plans. But life rarely follows our scripts, and there is nothing wrong with that. Each deviation belongs to a larger design that our mind cannot fully grasp. Whenever we meet difficulties, we have two choices: resist or learn. Resistance brings suffering, learning brings growth. Buddhist teachers often repeat, "Do not ask why this happened to me, ask what this is given for." From this perspective, even pain becomes a teacher rather than punishment. There is an old story about a man who lost everything: his house, his job, his friends. In despair, he asked a sage, "Why is life so cruel to me?" The sage replied, "Life is not cruel. It is simply taking away what you no longer need." Though these words may sound harsh, they carry incredible wisdom. We often lose because it is time for something new to arise. The Buddhist view of life is built on trust, not blind faith, but a deep inner knowing that everything carries meaning, even if it remains hidden for now. Sometimes the meaning reveals itself after months or years, sometimes in a sudden moment. Looking back, we often realize that the events we believe were random were essential steps, leading us exactly where we needed to be. We often want immediate explanations because the mind craves control. But Buddhist practice teaches us to release that control and allow life to unfold. Not everything needs to be understood right away. Sometimes we simply need to breathe, observe, and trust that meaning will reveal itself when we are ready. If we reflect on our past, even the hardest experiences ultimately taught us something: patience, boundaries, strength, compassion. Nothing is wasted. From a Buddhist viewpoint, everything that happens contributes to awakening, sometimes softly, sometimes fiercely, but always with purpose. Buddha taught us to see truth not only with the eyes, but with the heart. When we experience life through inner quietude, every situation becomes a message. When things flow smoothly, life whispers, "You are aligned." When obstacles appear, it gently signals, pay attention. And if we hear this whisper, life no longer needs to shout through suffering. Those who trust life do not panic when challenges appear. They know, this is difficult, but it is part of my path. They do not blame or rush to judge. Instead, they search for the lesson. And this is why such people radiate calm. They do not fight the world, they flow with it. When you begin to see life through this lens, everything shifts. You stop searching for enemies, stop feeling like a victim, stop clinging to the past. You begin to notice how every situation refines you. Even pain feels meaningful. Accepting that nothing happens without purpose brings deep internal peace. Life does not become easier, but it becomes more understandable. With this understanding, chaos transforms into coherence. Every moment becomes a teacher. Buddha said that wisdom comes not from books, but from direct experience. When difficulties arise, we can complain or we can observe what happens inside us. Anger, fear, and pain point to places where attachment still lives. When we pause long enough to examine our reactions, the true lesson becomes clear. Everything external reflects internal processes. If chaos surrounds us, it may mirror the disarray of our thoughts. If fear dominates, it may reflect a lack of trust. Thus, Buddhist practice focuses not on changing the outside world, but on transforming the inside. When there is harmony within, the outer world aligns naturally. Many people search for meaning only in grand events, major achievements, or dramatic losses. But meaning often hides in the small things: a stranger's smile, a sudden moment of silence, a simple phrase heard by chance. The universe speaks quietly, and if we rush through life, we do not hear it. Buddha taught us to slow down because only in stillness can we hear the direction of our path. Life is not a series of separate episodes, but a woven tapestry. Today's event may be the result of a thought or action from long ago. Karma is not punishment, but consequence, the continuation of what we have sown. When difficulties arise, instead of blaming, we can understand this is not an accident, it is connected to something before. Through this awareness, we gain the power to shape the future. Buddhist wisdom is not fatalistic. It does not say that everything is predetermined, instead it teaches responsibility. If everything has meaning, then so do our actions. Each moment gives us a chance to plant new seeds. If in the past we sowed doubt or fear, we can now sow trust, compassion, and gratitude. Meaning does not lie in avoiding pain, but in choosing how we respond to it. When we accept responsibility for our reactions, we no longer wait for others to change our lives. We become the source of change. Then even the hardest circumstances strengthen us instead of breaking us. We realize the universe is not against us, it is shaping us. People often ask, how can I find meaning in what's happening when everything is falling apart? The answer is simple. Do not try to understand it with the mind. Meaning is not logic, it is realization. Breathe, observe your heart, and trust that this moment is not pointless. Pain will become wisdom, loss will open a new path, darkness will turn into light. When we trust, the fear of the future dissolves. We understand that every challenging moment is simply the seed of growth. Just as a seed must break to sprout, a person must face trials to awaken. The purpose of life is not to avoid suffering, but to understand it. When we see each experience as a teacher, change no longer frightens us. Life becomes a flowing river in which everything has its place. In time, we recognize that nothing in our story was random. Every joy, every loss, every setback contributed to a larger picture. What once seemed like mistakes reveal themselves as necessary steps. Gratitude naturally arises, a deep gratitude for everything. Buddhist masters teach that gratitude is a form of wisdom, appreciating not only pleasure, but also pain, for pain removes illusions and allows true understanding to emerge. When we stop dividing experiences into good and bad, everything becomes simply life. Everything becomes part of our path. With this attitude, rushing stops. Peace arises. We no longer look for meaning outside because we see it within. In this state, ordinary days become full. Every morning becomes an opportunity to learn, to help, to be present. Awareness is not a complex practice. It is the ability to recognize meaning in each moment. Buddha said that the goal of life is not to withdraw from the world, but to live in it without becoming its prisoner. When we understand that everything has a cause, we stop blaming others and begin to see how our reactions shape our reality. When we respond to pain with love, it softens. When we answer resentment with compassion, it dissolves. When we meet loss with gratitude, something new enters. Life tests us daily, sometimes through joy, sometimes through challenge. If we see meaning in each moment, we develop a strength that cannot be taken away. Meaning is present in how we breathe, how we perceive the world, how we treat people. Every action carries energy, and that energy returns. This is karma, not punishment, but equilibrium. Meaning does not always appear immediately. Sometimes time must pass before clarity arrives. But when it does, the heart fills with light. You realize that even in your darkest moments, life was guiding you. This realization is awakening, knowing that everything has always been for your growth. When we recognize meaning in everything, fear dissolves. What remains is trust, an inner certainty that everything is unfolding as it should. The future stops being frightening. Life becomes calm, conscious, and grateful. Buddhist advice is simple yet powerful. Slow down, Breathe with awareness. Listen within. Accept life as it is. Do not rush to judge. Learn to see meaning in even the smallest things. Do not ask why, ask what for. And when the answer comes, meet it with gratitude. If life seems confusing right now, simply pause. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and remind yourself nothing happens by chance. Repeat it until calm fills you. Everything truly has meaning, it just takes time to see it. One day, everything will make sense. Looking back, you will see that every encounter, every word, every turn of fate was part of your path. And if you are facing difficulties today, know this: they are not here to destroy you, but to awaken you. Nothing is in vain. Everything has a purpose. Trust the process and continue forward. And now, if this message resonates with you, if you feel something within you respond, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share in the comments which moments in your life reveal to you that there are no coincidences. Activate the notification bell so you don't miss the upcoming videos where we will explore many more deep and inspiring topics. Also, make sure to watch the other videos on this channel. They will help you become calmer, more conscious, and more connected to yourself. Thank you for staying until the end. May your path be bright, may every moment bring understanding and peace. And remember, nothing happens by accident. Everything in this world has meaning. See you in the next video.